Pop Scoop.
Hi, I'm Isaac for Pop Scoop, and we're at Norwich Waterfront, and I'm here with Nathan and Dave of gritty, raw, honest, modern rock band Little Matador.
Yes, thank you very much.
How are you guys doing?
We're good, yeah, really good. Nice to be in Norwich. This is the kind of last show in this little run, and then we're back out in a week or two.
Yeah, so halfway point of the headline tour
of this. Yeah, and well, we're jumping all over the place at the minute. Really, we're some of our own club shows, then supports, and then festivals. So we've kind of got that until the end of the summer.
Wow.
So it's keeping it interesting.
It's the busy period. So it's good, but yeah, it's good to come back and sort of go home and then come back out because it keeps us loving it. Get a little break.
Yeah, how has it been? I mean, you know, we have to say that obviously you are in Snow Patrol as well, the guitarist for Snow Patrol. How is it, you know, the contrast between arenas, stadiums, festivals, and now these slightly smaller venues and pubs?
Yeah, great. I mean, it is. They're completely different. I mean, in so many ways. Yet at the same time, you know, you're kind of in the same headspace anyway. You know, you kind of have to judge it on the night, you know, like any gig. But yeah, I mean, people are. I guess the music we're making at this point is, I think, start off belongs in rooms like this, you know, and you know, some nights, you know, we're literally, you know,
yeah,
5-6 feet from people's face.
To be
well, it is more fun, and you kind of, I mean, you really feel the reaction, you know,
and it's good.
Well, you can see it literally in the faces, you know, but it's good so far. Yeah, so yeah, you know, it's great, and it's. We, you know, as a band, we're kind of thriving on it at the minute. You know, we're kind of enjoying the kind of challenge because, you know, a lot of people haven't. Well, you know, they've heard a little bit by now, but, you know, generally people don't know the music, or people have become not knowing what to expect. So it's great to kind of see both people who are excited and shocked at the same time. You know.
Shocked as well because they know you from other places, and all of you from a few different bands, and so they're hearing the new stuff.
Yeah.
And then you had your 4-track EP Liar Liar out late last year, is that right?
Yeah.
And now, of course, the first single, Stitch Yourself Up, off of the album, and that's due out 21st of April?
Yeah, right? Same day as the record. So
yeah.
So yeah, and we'll be out around that as well, doing stuff. So. Yeah.
And I mean, to go back, how was the journey that brought you to, you know, establish the band and
well, I mean, it took a while for me to get it together, you know. So I talked about doing an album for a long time, and we'd all talked together, you know, individually, and about working together at some point. Me and Dave were obviously in a band growing up together, so
yes, I thought that
we go way back. That's right. Yeah. You might be one of the only few people that remember that, or you've done your research. Yeah, but yeah, so it was research. Nobody remembered that. But yeah, so but when I kind of made the call to everybody and asked everybody, you know, are we up for this? And
because you're all friends.
Yeah, I mean we are. That
know each other too.
Yeah, we all, you know, have known each other a long time, I guess, and it's. First and foremost, that's why we are friends, making music, you know, together. But you know, it came together pretty quickly. You know, we had a really short space of writing time, and then into the
3
studio.
Weeks or so, is
yeah,
that right?
3 weeks, 3 separate weeks because of everyone's schedule, and then we went into the studio at the beginning of last year.
Was that slightly daunting to go into the studio and go, you know, we're all friends, we'd love making music together, is it going to work?
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, just because there's no guarantee that the chemistry's there. I mean, you know, you can kind of tell it will be, but there's no, you know, there's no guarantee. But yeah, we didn't have time to think about it, which is great. We just kind of, you know, we had like a handful of ideas, maybe a few songs, when we went into the studio, and then kind of went from there.
Yeah, we kind of the main thing I think was establishing the chemistry, because, like you say, being friends is one thing, but if you can actually play together and it feels like
chatting
a good
bit
thing.
too much, possibly.
yeah, exactly. Not actually doing any work. But yeah, we went in with a few songs and then kind of managed to find a sound in the studio as much as anything. And I think the live side of things is another side of that again. That it sounds slightly different live to on the record. I mean, we're pretty close to it, but the energy is totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little more, even more or aggressive live and intense than maybe the record, but you know, we wrote as we went on the album, so it wasn't like we played for a year before we did it. Yeah. So it was kind of, we came out and kind of discovered that's what was happening, and you know, I guess it surprised yourself a little with that too, you know.
Well, yeah, how raw and quick it was in that way, and you're getting a sound that, I mean, you said it's a bit, obviously, you know, there's a difference between live and in the studio, but I mean, I think the sound and the vibe you're going for is a band in a room.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Rocking out, right? Yeah. It's not massively produced, and
yeah, no, of course, but we, you know, that was one of the few sort of limitations we gave on ourselves. You know, when we knew by the people here in the band we weren't going to make a folk record, you know, but not that at some point we might or did, you know, or would have if it had went that way. Of course, you know, you don't want to stop yourself, but you know, we knew what we wanted to do, but yeah, I mean, you know, some songs, you know, most of them were done in the room together, and you know, everyone bringing ideas. You know, sometimes an individual or you know, 2 or 3 of us working together in the room on something, you know, so there was a lot going on, which was great, you know, to kind of keeps things fresh and you know, gives people time to rest their ears and sort of be honest and free, you know.
Yeah, and is it complex to fit it all in between all of your other projects? I mean, you're in
not really. It can be, but I think once you've kind of set your mind to it, then you do it, you know.
Yeah, that's the essence of it, isn't it, really? It's because we do all have so many different things going on, and you know, if you look at the Little Matador CV, if you will, people are like, wow, where do they find the time, you know, but a lot of the bands that people have been playing on have been, you know, in the past and things, but yeah, we've managed to make it all fit in at the minute, and you know, doing our best to try and focus on it.
Yeah, and I mean, you're happy, you know, with the sound and the vibe is what you set out to do in the first place. It hasn't sort of gone off in a slightly different direction than you thought.
Not generally. No, I mean, it's you know, when we're in there, things evolved, our ideas changed, or you know, there was a couple of things that just turned into completely different songs, and it kind of started out. But you know, I think you got to, yeah, absolutely, and you got to let that happen when it's happening, and you know, there's that balance of fighting it, and you know, or you know, that's for us. It's great that we're working with Sam Bell, who I'd worked with before. He was great, just kind of helping to sort of focus that and hone that, you know, for us, because it's easy to get lost when you're in it. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, you know, I think for us this is really, you know, we want to spend more time on this. This is really the beginning. You know, we made a great record, you know, that we're so happy with, and it feels like it's just the beginning, really.
Yeah, and is it fun to see, you know, the audiences hearing the music for the first time, some of them, and
yeah, absolutely. I mean, more so even last year than before even the EP came out. You know, to see people's. I mean, that instant reaction. You know, nobody knew nothing, had no idea even what was coming. Even I don't even think we'd done many interviews talking about it or anything.
Yeah, there was nothing out there. Nobody had heard a note, you know. We hardly knew what we sounded like, really. So for other people, it must have been a good experience, yeah. But yeah, there was I think some people were a little taken aback, you know.
Yeah, but it's still big in melody, and you can see that in the reaction as well in people. You know, that they were getting it straight away, and you know, that's just amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. And then you know, the recording process is on the one side, and then the touring. I mean, has that been fun to do it as friends?
Of course.
You haven't all toured together in that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's
on the road, and
again, that's a given. You know, not that there's points, but that's whatever. You know, when you're touring, whatever you're doing, you're the best part of the day. Your goal is always that release at the end of it. You know, is the gig. So it's all kind of everything else. Whatever happens is good and bad is kind of erased by the moment you get on stage, and everything goes, and that's kind of that's the carrot that's dangling, you know, at the end of every day.
It's good to call it carrot, yeah.
Or you know, whatever. Make up your own analogy. I don't know.
No, I think that's good. That's and then, are you able to tell me a bit about the clip for "Stitch Yourself Up"?
Yes.
It's a bit of a sleazy burlesque strip joint. Is that right?
Yeah,
set in there?
Close enough. Yeah, it's you know, we wanted to have fun making the video, and the Kevin and Liz that we made the video with were great, and really supportive, and you know, we want to have fun, but you know, still it's slightly subversive, but it's sleazy, dirty, but you know, we're you know, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. Clearly,
clearly. Yeah, you have the animal masks too, right? And
yeah. So it's you know, if you haven't seen it, you know, I don't want to get.
I'll sort of say it that way.
Just check it out. You know.
Thank you so much for chatting, Nathan and Dave, and we're looking forward to the gig.
Cheers,
too.
thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Pop scoop.